everyone, Thordan Smash here, and if there's one topic that has always been a debate in Apex Legends, it is that of aim assist, as some players are saying it's too powerful, other people are saying, well, keyboard and mouse can move and loot while in a death box. All that being said, it has been a controversial topic, and Respawn is taking aim at a lot of players, and it may be seeing some big changes in the future, along with some console nerfs as well. So we're going to cover all of that and what's going on in the Apex scene as it is under fire right now, and we're also going to go ahead and give out 45 bucks. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. But without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So just the other day, the CEO of Apex Legends had a fairly controversial statement, but not necessarily wrong either. Imperial Hal let us know that he had played 8 hours of mouse and keyboard today after a hiatus of probably not playing around 2 years on keyboard. And it's safe to say that he would never permanently swap back unless they nerfed aim assist hard. You can also confidently say he would have quit the game a long time ago if he had never swapped to controller. Now, while you may think, wow, that's a pretty crazy statement from a pro Apex Legends player who used to be probably the top dog on mouse and keyboard along with a few others, he's not necessarily wrong. And some other people did chime in, such as Otter, who is a mouse and keyboard player and a content creator for Apex Legends, saying aim assist in its current state and evolving state is one of the many ways corporate greed is ruining competitive gaming. You don't think it's bad yet? That's fine. Let's wait a few more years when shooters are controller only with full auto aim. And while his is going a little bit further than I think is the norm, he's not necessarily wrong either. The reason controller has such strong aim assist is because it is catering to the more casual players. I myself use controller because I just want to unwind and have a good time at the end of the day. But the problem is balancing highly competitive players in a pro scene along with having a good aim assist mechanic for the casual players like myself and many others that are on console or even playing on PC with controller so that they can enjoy the game and not have to sweat it out as hard. All this being said, Respawn is going to be nerfing aim assist very soon. Even the design director Evan Nikolic did say they want to address it and they're definitely looking at aim assist back in August. And when asked whether updates were on the way, he said, we don't have any changes at this time, but it's definitely something we want to address. And that's the reason the SMG meta is the way it is because of controller. But it's a challenge. It's technically deep and complex system. We're going to have to unspool a lot of stuff to get to a point where we feel like it's in a better spot. And they've given more updates as recently as October. And this is where it gets a little interesting because Nikolic also said it's a delicate area. They want to reduce aim assist too far because console players will feel like they're not able to compete. Whichever way they go, they risk alienating a portion of the player base. And this is actually really important because for the longest time, we thought aim assist was only going to be nerfed on controller for PC, but if they nerf it on console, that becomes somewhat of an issue, especially because console players can only play at 60 frames per second, while PC players get 120 frames, if not more than that. There's also some other issues, such as the fact that mouse and keyboard can actually loot death boxes while moving around. That is something that is not available on console. There are a lot of movement tech also that is restricted to PC players, specifically mouse and keyboard, but not 100%. There's also the whole controller config thing, which is a whole issue of cheating. It really gets very murky on how to do aim assist, especially with all the other third-party things like those controller configs, the broken movement that was never actually intended to be put into this game. Not to mention the fact that there's an entire cheating Discord that was revealed just the other day by Adam, which has a ton of pros in the tier 2 scene that got exposed, and it's really hard to tell between what's aim assist and what is actual cheating. Not to mention that most pros have switched over to controller, as Tech points out here, that mouse and keyboard is just severely outclassed by roller for comp now. The only people who say mouse and keyboard is still good are legacy mouse and keyboard pros with a survivorship bias. Every team is now 2 or 3 rollers, which is absolutely true and harkens back to what we said earlier with Imperial Hal, saying he is not going to be going back to mouse and keyboard unless aim assist gets very heavily nerfed. And a weapon designer for Apex Legends actually went ahead and gave some more information other than what just Evan Nikolic said. He said, when we make changes, we have to validate them over a longer period of time because we're messing with game feel and controller feel. It's a very fragile system that we don't want to make any changes too early and then push them live. We want to make sure the changes are healthy and an improvement. These changes are going to be rolling out over the next couple of years. But as Hal says right here, when asked what does he find more fun, controller, and it's not even close. And here becomes the crux of the issue. If you nerf aim assist too hard, then the casual and general player base will leave the game because they're just not finding it very fun to play anymore, which means that sales will go down for Apex Legends. And well, what happens when sales goes down for an EA studio? Well, typically EA axes it and then no longer sends any funding for it, which could mean the death of Apex Legends. So balancing aim assist along with controller and mouse and keyboard input is going to be one of the toughest challenges we possibly ever see come to this game. And I don't know that it will ever reach a situation where all parties are happy. And it's not just Apex Legends. As Jake Lucky points out here, some controller players in the finals are getting backlash as they are enabling stick drift in Steam settings, always have aim assist enabled. This is also something done in Apex Legends. This isn't an Apex Legends only problem, but because Apex Legends is one of the premier battle royale FPS games, this is something that is going to be very interesting to see unfold for the next next couple of seasons. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Do you think aim assist is busted? Do you think it's perfectly fair? Or do you think that there needs to be some major changes to make this game a little bit more balanced competitively? Also, don't forget to check out this channel right here, which has a ton of new information on the finals if you guys are interested in that, which also has its own aim assist issues. And as always, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you guys out there.